Do you really need an Alula version of the Pivot? Let's find out. What's up everybody, Matt Nuzzo here at Reel in the backyard hanging out with Stig, and he's going to tell us why this kite is relevant for himself and all of us. So we've got the new Nvision Pivot. This is their 3-strut kite. Nvision means it's going to be in the full Alula frame and Alula construction. So Stig, what's up with this kite?
Well, it has been the kite that's given me back the love for the sport.
Yeah, cool.
Almost.
Nice.
It's a bold claim
It's
to make.
amazing when you get a product and you're like, oh, I love this sport.
It's a bold claim to make, but I, like a few years ago, I was like still pretty diehard competing and trying my tricks, and I was always getting a bit frustrated that because some of my friends that are professionals that already had Alula kites, and they were progressing just so much faster. They were like learning new tricks almost each session, and I was like, man, it's taking me weeks and like sometimes months to I was just getting pissed, right? And not because the kite that I was using was not good, it was just that their kite was better for what they were trying to achieve.
Right.
And I remember really well the first time I got the first edition of this one. So this is the second edition, but the first edition of this kite, I got a prototype with me to Brazil. And I think I only had a 9 meter, and I was really careful with it because I was like, it breaks. Like,
it's Alula.
I don't want to break it. And I was learning. I remember the first session was like a pretty average day. It was nothing crazy, and I think I did 3 new tricks in one session. And from that day, I was really stoked and happy first of all, and I kept the momentum going for sure.
Yeah.
But after that, I think for the next 2 weeks, almost each session I was landing like a new version of a trick, or I was just adding something that before it was just too difficult and I couldn't really reach. And I was like, holy shit. Also I was really pissed because before all my friends were progressing and I wasn't. Yeah. And then all of a sudden I was like, now I know. Now I know what they're having in hand.
So you found with the Alula version, it gives you the rigidity and the confidence to really push your limits.
Yeah. So I think for me the biggest benefit that I found in this kite is that because it's a lighter frame and it's so stiff, it flies a bit further in the wind window.
Okay.
Yeah. It just comes even further up, so that means that you're riding upwind easier, but also when you're going into a trick you can edge more while the kite is also flying further in the wind window, which allows you to steer the kite in even faster, and it will also shoot up to 12, further up to 12, it's almost overshooting in a way.
Right, it goes over over your head, which
is great for big air and when you're trying to jump and do tricks, because you want to get that vertical takeoff. And I think for me that was like 50% of the biggest benefit I found. And then when you try and train tricks, especially in lighter conditions, like I'd say on a 9 meter in 25, 30 knots, you're trying your loops, it was just catching so fast. So it was going round really fast and it was catching really fast. And I'd never before, I always had to think about, okay, is my kite gonna loop, is gonna catch me? Yeah. And then as I'm doing my trick, right? And now that whole aspect of it, I just could forget about it.
Guessing the gear is gone.
Yeah, it was completely gone. Yeah, I mean, I like my knees, I like my body, I like to progress, I like to do the sport, and I think this kite sort of give me all that confidence and all that sort of joy back. So yeah.
And what you're saying about it going forward in the window too, that, I know you're really psyched about getting people in the sport, that hey, this is an expensive kite, but for the beginner or entry-level rider, having that kite that's riding farther forward in the window is going to make it go upwind easier. It's going to make it easier for kind of any ability level rider to enjoy some of the benefits of this Alula.
For sure. And I mean, I don't know if I would recommend it to someone that's just starting, that just did his first 4 or 5 lessons, to straight away buy an Alula kite, because for them it might not benefit them as much, but they will sure have the benefits.
Yes.
It just costs a bit more money.
You're right.
I mean, it benefits everyone for sure. And the thing what I found, which is I think really unique, or that makes this kite really unique, is that it's the only all-round Alula kite. So all the other Alula kites that on the market are either for wave riding specific or big air. And this is the only all-round Alula kite. And in combination, because the Alula is very strong, and our Quad-Tex, the Dacron that we use, is also really strong. So I found myself last year in Cape Town just trying a new trick and just slamming and crashing the kite over and over again, and it wouldn't break. I have photos on my phone of my videographer filming me, and I'm coming sort of swimming out of the water with my kite inverted in ways that that I didn't even understand how it got inverted, because it was like, it was like a chip, just like pressed together, and I just had to deflate it and then sort of make sure, like, it took me a while to get it right.
All cleared up.
I pump it up, it gets dry.
Boom, going.
And it's going.
Sick.
And I was
that's awesome.
And that happened for an entire season.
Right.
And I took it, I think the first time I brought the prototype was on a shoot in Ireland. So I took it to Ireland, pretty gnarly conditions.
Yeah.
Then I took it to Brazil for 2 months, which is not easy on gear. And then I had it to in Cape Town for the whole season, which is like 3-4 months. And I was still using the same 9 meter.
Amazing.
And I was like, I enjoy my 9. So most of my sessions, I was on a 9. And even after such long time of like really taking the toll out of it, I was crashing into huge waves and like getting it completely sort of twisted and inverted, and it was fine. And I was like, I went to when I came back home and I went to the office, I told them like, look, here's my 9 that I've used for like half a year.
Let's see.
I've absolutely sort of abused it and tried to destroy it, and I can't. So I think that is really unique. That makes the sort of the combination of the Quad-Tex and Alula very special.
You guys are using some unique construction methods with the Alula, because I will say that not everyone's making Alula that's that kind of durable, because a lot of people in the seams, in the craftsmanship, how it's put together, it's making areas where it's failing, you know, in some brands, when it goes through that type of a ringer. Whereas you guys have really locked in on how to make this, you maximize the use of this super strong material by having super strong seams. The material is only as good as the seams.
Exactly.
And so the fact that you're putting it through that paces, testing it like that, and it's really holding up, I mean, that's awesome. For anyone can appreciate that that level of quality.
Exactly. And like you said, like it's like the material is only as strong as you know how to use it, right?
Yeah.
So because we've had prototypes where we had like a single steam like stitched, and it was flying a little bit better, but the performance was not that significant compared to the durability. Yeah. So we're like, it's a no-brainer to go for something that lasts just forever, you know.
Awesome.
Or not, I wouldn't say forever, bold claim. In my experience, like I've never...
For you to ride it 6 months, that's forever for anyone else that's gonna buy it.
I mean, that's the thing, because like I ride not like once a month, right? It's like sometimes twice a day.
You're right.
And especially when you go to Brazil, like it's sunny, the sand, it's like everything's hot, and it takes a toll out of your kite.
Of course.
And it was also not that it was still intact, but it was also still flying right. It's still a good kite, right?
A lot of kites, they blow out, they bag out, they kind of, you lose the performance, and the fact that it's still holding up is amazing.
Yeah, I was really, really amazed by that. Yeah, this is just a new, better looking, and then second brother.
How about this over, say, the Psycho, right? So the Alula Pivot is riding at a high level, and why would you pick this over a Psycho?
I would take this to conditions where I know I can also unhook. So I like to sort of mix my big air with unhooking, and this, because the kite, because it goes around so quick during a loop, it also comes up really easy, and that it's so reliable that I'm even trusting myself to mid-loop unhook, and while I'm unhooked, having the kite fly back to 12. That's how reliable it is, and I can do it with a Psycho, but I'll have to depower it a bit more, and it doesn't feel as confident as I would say on this one. And I just bring it whenever I don't really know what I'm gonna face.
It's just your do everything kite.
Exactly, yeah. Right. If I don't know exactly what I'm getting myself into, I bring a 9 and I'll probably be good.
Yeah, nice. With a foil and a 9, a twin tip foil surfboard and a 9 meter, you can cover a ton of conditions.
Yeah, and I live with this philosophy that I kite with the conditions that I have. So if it's really great for wave riding, I'll go wave riding. If it's good for foiling, I go foiling. If it's great for unhooking, like today, like the wind's slightly picking up, it's like great behind the slicks, like super flat. I would take this 9, I would just do handle pads and stuff, and still works. Right. Works well. Like, not as well as a torch, but like still works well. Yeah. Yeah. And same with big air. So yeah, it's kind of my do it all and my love for kiting.
Awesome. Well, you heard it from the man that gets to beat the crap out of Naish gear, that this kite is a keeper, and that's his keeper. So if you want more reviews, reach out online, realwatersports.com, or give us a call to shop, 252-987-6000, and we'll see you guys on the water for the next sesh. Thanks, Stig.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, mate.